cannot take law in hand. We have worked out, first there is a case of murder. मनशाचें नाव ओबिना पाउल ओबिरेसी हाँ ओबिना पाउल ओबिरेसी, this is how they pronounce it, very difficult name. He has been murdered, a male 25 to 30 age approximately. Suspects so far not identified, cause possibly due to inter-gang rivalry within the group. The other case which is booked is for rioting. Attempt to murder is also there, no?
Attempt to murder is there, sir.
Section 3 of Public Property Act, Section 8B of National Highways Act, as per the direction of Supreme Court, that no highways should be allowed to be blocked. 341, 143, 147, 307, 332, 504, 506, 427, 297, 152. 53 people have been detained. Now we are identifying who are involved in this heist on the national highway from the Nigerian side in the morning, and they will be booked under this. There is a very clear direction to the police. They are immediately cracking down on all illegal foreigners who are staying, and I have told them that within 7 days round up everyone who does not have proper visa or documentation and deport them. If any joint, dance floor, or what do you call it, where DJ plays, what is that called as, clubs, if they give support to illegal foreign persons who does not have visa, because there are some joints which we are noted, action will be taken against those pubs also. So I am very clearly telling everyone they should stop patronizing these illegal people, specifically Nigerians, though there may be some other foreigners also, but mostly Nigerians. Directions are very clear. Crack down on the illegal people who are either staying illegally or are involved in drug trade. People in Goa, please do not take law in your hand. You will get in trouble because of that. Police, they were telling me, where are these Nigerians? Now 53 have been rounded up already, detained. So it's not, but police take some time. There is a time when you do that also. When you are outnumbered, you cannot arrest someone because there can be physical assault. Policeman is not a machine. At the initial stage when they blocked the highway, only about 20 policemen were there, and they were trying to, they were requesting people to speed out the vehicles fast, move the vehicle fast so that you know the highway. 1 minute, one vehicle breaks down and the highway gets clogged immediately. So they were trying to, stressing more on a dispersal of the traffic rather than arresting someone for the offense, which would have been done afterwards. They rounded up ultimately, 53 people have been rounded up. Secondly, many of these are very hefty 7-footers, and they require 3 policemen to pick them up also, because they are also very violent many times. So you have to take that factor also into consideration. But my request to the people would be, please don't take law in your hand. Police also has a time frame, and they are also human beings. They will crack down, there is no doubt about it. Those who have been found with failure on duty, we will take action on them also. But people should not take law in their hand, because that will put many of the common citizens in trouble. Now, for example, these Nigerians have been beaten up by the locals. That is for everyone to see. We cannot permit, a state cannot permit, irrespective of whether that particular person was a illegal foreigner, were maybe involved in murder, maybe involved in that, still the citizens can't take the law. So we have taken action, we are cracking down. I assure of that, no one need to worry about it. Probably this incident was an nucleus point to start the action. We were, in fact, many people were under observation and surveillance for this. Recently, in recent time, you must have seen that we have cracked down on major hauls of cocaine and drugs. We have, particularly last 1 month, almost 4 to 5 crores worth of this kind of. It takes time to build, because earlier government, every intelligence network in drug was destroyed. It was compromised. When you compromise, you cannot use that compromised network again. You have to build your own network. Last 1.5 years, with particularly last 7-8 months, with special efforts, we have built up the network and we have started cracking down. We will intensify the cracking. But people should not, if they get any information, they can pass it on to either the DIG, Mr. Vyas, or DIG, Mr. Mishra. Mishra is the normal in charge. He is on Diwali holiday, so he is holding this charge. So that is my request. Now you can go.
Inter-gang rivalry.
The catch, I think yesterday or day before yesterday, Panji we caught. पणजी येता म्हणजे ते पणजेन जाता असं नाही तो. इट इज अ ट्रान्झिट पॉईंट, म्हणजे पणजे बशी येतात, त्यामुळे द पर्सन हू कॅरीज द ड्रग कम्स टू पणजी अँड देन गोज टू. इट्स नॉट दॅट इट इज distributed in the city or something like that. Place of catching not necessarily be the place where it is sold or distributed. But last 3-4 days back 2 crores का पकड़ा है. उसके पहले जब असेंबली था उसके पहले कुछ 2 करोड़ 2.5 करोड़ का पकड़ा है. Totally I see last 1 month there is a big catch. The main suppliers and supplies have been intercepted. That cannot happen unless you have an intelligence.
What is the total number of Nigerians staying in Goa?
I don't have idea, but according to me, in this northern belt, there might be around 100 illegal stay. I classify between Nigerians. There might be Nigerians who are staying legally and are not involved with crime, though many of them are involved with the crime. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. That is one of my biggest problem in last 1.5 years. Getting control over police, overall police, is not an easy task when you have a police force which was compromised by the earlier Home Minister for 5 years. I hope, no, not necessarily. No, there may be some people. See, some people compromise is different issue. Wholesale compromise took place during last 5 years. I think every one of you are aware of it. When the involvement or the, not talking about Mickey's, whatever he has said in his home, because that has not officially come to me, but when it had reached Home Minister's doorstep, which at least everyone will agree, rightly or wrongly, I think that can happen only if the full force in that section at least is compromised. I told you. See, there are various, these are strategic issues.
No, how will you proceed against the Home Minister, the former Home Minister himself?
I don't indulge into that. It is with CBI. There is a House Committee report. Let it come to me. After that, I will tell you whatever decision we take. As of now, today it is not a matter of this press conference, because he asked me. So the problem with drug is you have to build intelligence. It doesn't happen that someone informs you and you can catch. People we have caught were not found with any drugs because they have got secret code, as I told. When they sell individually, there are ideas used. You keep the item in a secret place. When you receive money, there is no drug with you. You tell the person the information where it is. So, so if there is such a case, you can bring it to my notice directly.
We crack down the party.
I have already started cracking down, but it is not easy task. It is very, let me be frank, it is very easy to say it. While even when I make this statement, I'm clear that while making the statement, it takes me actually maybe 100 words or 200 words to say it. For any anti-narcotic cell to build up the intelligence and to keep the person in jail, he needs documents and actual evidence. He cannot go by hearsay or information only. Because if you don't have that, it will not be more than 24 hours that you can keep the person in the jail. He will get a bail immediately.
CM, why did the Nigerians block the road? What were they demanding?
I don't know. Their demand initially, which I came to know from informal sources, was that they wanted to get ambassador here or something like that.
Sir,
Barabar
I
hai na?
wanted to make an issue out of it and all the
I said 53 have been detained as of
Has
now.
the Nigerian embassy been?
FIR has been lodged. Huh? FRRO is not much of a use in getting this information because we do not have foolproof system like US has. US has a entry point here and it is networked across country. Indian borders are porous and it is not networked with each other. So that will take some time. Today if someone registers here and he leaves Goa and goes to Mumbai and exit from Bombay port does not mean ship port only. Yeah? Port also means airport. Bombay port, then I don't have any data on him. And there is no system which tells me, like American, for example, if I travel to US, entry they take my thumb, they take all the biometric. Exit, I have to give the form. Or when my passport is stamped, they punch that code number which is in the original here. Automatically it is shown that this man entered and exited US. So that system is not there in India. So we can't tell from that. Crackdown team करून कित्याक करूंक जाय? Crackdown जातले. कशें जातले ते तुमी पळया. I will not give you the information on method, but I am telling you this, that police, we have already prepared plans and we are using these incidents as a starting point. We will crack down and see that no illegal person remains in India. We are deporting them if they don't have visa. Of any nationality, particularly of course I cannot distinguish between nationality, but the violation is more from Nigerians. 1 minute. It's my press conference. You can ask him after I finish my press conference. You can ask him, but let me finish.
What was the point what was the reason for this protest? I think
Which protest?
protest by these guys, by the Nigerians.
The protest was very simple. They wanted their demands to be heard by ambassador or someone. For us, no, I don't know. We are not going to, because they didn't allow us to work on that only. If they had not stopped it on the road, their demands would have come to us and we would have contacted their embassy. Probably, when the body was being picked up, they created a law and order situation there. So police had to be rushed to Parra to ensure that body is picked up and sent to the hospital. So police force was used to block them. Physical scuffle took place in Parra. And they are not easy. 50 Nigerians will require at least 100 police force minimum. Some of them I saw, I went to Mapsa, one of them was this size, 7 feet high, this size. He will require at least 10 policemen. One was being detained, I saw, 4 policemen, he was shaking them up. So that is, they are violent, they have that, I don't, but that trend is there, so I don't comment on that, but you require more force for them.
That is why the people were violent, Mr. Chief Minister. The police were seen as weak. If they had arrested them immediately, the
How do you arrest a person with?
so they came across as weak.
So we have done now. We have done the arrest. See, if police had used batons like people use, tomorrow there would have been case in human rights. Who is going to protect them? Who is going to protect them in the court tomorrow? So any arrest has to be carried out by the process set up in the law. Let us be very clear on that. That is why those who have beaten up those Nigerians are in trouble.
But highway can be blocked by Nigerians and those who
You are now asking me a very simple.
I'm telling the people this. This is the discussion going on outside.
अरे पण हांव उलयत म्हाका उलोवपाक दे मरे. No one can take law in his hand, whether it is Nigerian or whether it is Goan. Issue is over. The law. Still, I know why you. I was also stuck up in the traffic. I was going to Mapsa. I also was agitated. My son was also trapped in the traffic. He was also agitated. But I don't have right to take law in my hand. You don't realize the other aspect. In fact, it was people's this overreaction which actually resulted in delay in action against them. Because if people had not reacted, the police would have picked them there only and they would have taken them. They didn't take them to Parwari police station mainly because this crowd was demanding that they be handed over to them. That is not permitted by law. I on this matter issue, I say that is why I requested in such circumstances people should not take law in their hand. हे आता दोग जाण injured जाले मरत धरतू. I will have to book murder charges against those who are seen on your TV for hitting them. Now राव रे तुम्ही परत सांगता तुका चोराक सुद्धा except in self defense, even if a thief is caught, you cannot murder him or you cannot hit him. Please let media be very clear on this issue. I think media should first take a call on this. Should we allow dispensation of justice on the road? I am asking you this question.
No.
If that happens, tomorrow you may be at the receiving end. I cannot allow. As a Home Minister of the state, I will not allow that. I am very clear on that. अरे घाला आसत तांडव सुद्धा घाला आसत फाल्यां कोण मर्डर करता सुद्धा आसत जाल्यार ताका तुका मर्डर करपाक येना परतो unless it is self defense. 1 minute, let me first clear his mind. He has a wrong concept in mind which he will spread to the people. You have no right to take law in your hand. आता हांव सादी गोश्ट सांगता. हे दोग जाण इंज्युर्ड आहा पळय सिरियस बऱ्यापैकी मार बसला. People who have beaten them will face serious charges, and you are people who are giving evidence on TV. So they will be booked under attempted murder. I have no choice to them. I have not said that. ना हांव फक्त ताका एक लक्षात हाडून दिता की because someone did something wrong, you have no right to take law in your hand. If police fails, I will punish police. But you don't have right to take law into hand. He said blocking a highway is a serious offence. We have charged them. We have filed a FIR in which highway, public property, everything is there. But now tell me, what should I do about people who have blocked the highway afterwards, after everything was settled at 4 o'clock, 3:30? I came at 3 o'clock from that place. 2:45 I came. So, because they were outnumbered. तुमका ते समजना?
That's what we are saying. The police force came so poor. Will it happen in future or will they be?
It cannot. In that, you are not aware of the situation. There was a line on both sides of 1 kilometer. How does the force reach the spot? तुमका पोलिसीची अडचण लक्षात आयली?
Police job is very
एक minute. I am first making it clear. 1 minute. Person who is on the spot has a full right to take decision whether he should request the people or whether he should use force, because he will take the decision based on his strength at that moment. You cannot make post facto analysis of that. If there is a default on someone's part, we will take action. That is a different issue. But don't tell me post facto that police should have started lathi charge with 22 policemen. You can't hit 100 crowd of 100.
See, many local people have been booked.
As of now, no, but we will have to book because there are 2 people who have been gravely hurt. And I'm sorry, I have sympathies for the local people. I understand their feeling, but the law is law. I cannot...
Will you at a later date maybe withdraw cases against them, like withdrawing cases against politicians who have also hindered...
If it is political agitation, I will definitely not book. But if it is a law and order issue created, no, that is, let the police decide about it. No? You are pre-assuming. Let me be clear. Don't pre-assume. Police will find.
I'm not pre-assuming anything.
If it is political aspect, we don't believe that political agitation should be always taken for the this. That is a policy even written in the policy statement of litigation. Please read that policy. I have given you copies. There it is written, wherever the political agitation takes place, the view is lenient. But if you have destroyed public property, if you have blocked highways, if you have committed a crime, you don't get absolved. It is only if it is of political nature, then we read the political policy. It will be depending on that policy.
See, on two questions. One, your own MLA Michael Lobo is saying that there are three types of Nigerians.
I don't reply for Michael Lobo when he is not here. If he was here, I would have asked him to reply to you. No, you don't quote him. Otherwise, you ask me question based on your quote.
We have been told in media.
A person who is not here,
Media
how
has
can
been
I
told-
answer to
Media
it?
has been told that three types of Nigerians are living in Goa. Number one, illegally. Number two are basically those who are on study visa in metros but actually living in Goa for almost 10 months. Number three are basically in Goa, they come, they get involved themselves in petty crimes and make it an excuse to live here. How are you going to track down on these two kinds of other people who are not actually illegal?
The third one is not excuse, it is restriction of the court, and we are all bound by the, जशें हांव तुका we are bound by law म्हणून सांगता पळय, तशेंच we are bound by court orders. If a person is charged with some criminal activity, he cannot leave the country unless that case is settled. That is why I said we are. No, I will not answer that because. Sorry, I will not answer that because that is a strategy which we are working. It is a confidential matter which we are working how to do it, because if I tell you, the lawyers who stand for them will use the counter strategy to block me. I am aware of it. I am aware of all three issues raised. We are working strategies, but I told you right in the beginning, certain sensitive matters, transparency does not mean nudity. Some matters we will not, cannot reveal because they are strategies, but we will deport people.
The second question is that the local front is being used even to run restaurants. Are you going to crack down on these local fronts who are basically, they behave like they are front, and actually the Nigerians are running the restaurants. So are you going to
I
crack
told
down
you,
on these
I told you I will check up every foreigner doing any activity, but please remember there is neither a deadline nor a schedule. 7 days we will carry out exercise in that area, but we will in the next 7 days we will carry out exercise, but that does not mean in 7 days everything will be over. The exercise is a long drawn process. 7 days we will do an intensive exercise. After that the exercise will remain, and I will ensure that in few months everyone foreigner who is indulging in an illegal business or illegal trade, including this kind of activities like narcotics, is removed. But there are problems to deport them, so I will not discuss the details of deport and what are the problems faced by us. If everything was efficient, there would not have been problem. I told you 10 times, I am trying to get the work done by the same force which was compromised with a very low moral. So many of their officers are in jail, so many of their officers are facing polisaचे म्हणून moral असता. I am also facing a problem of a good officer from central, even Mr. Vyas, who has come, he is so new to the Goa scenario that what he did today, risking his life, he rushed without even a uniform. No one, even the police officer did not know him because he is hardly got acquainted with, and he is working on a SIT. So they did not know him by face, they knew him by name. So there was a problem in that also. We have a DGP who has some personal constraints.
So basically what I mean to say is common man assisting police department is a crime, because today the same thing happened. Because
म्हाका तो सांगतालो आता लोक थंय
people actually came into picture
No, no, ऐक दाखवता. Common man can come to police assistance. There is no problem about it. But assistance has to be to the extent police wants. Assistant, do you mean to say that those people who were beating them were beating them with police assistance? They had anger against them. I also have anger. I am not saying that their anger is wrong. But please don't take, what I am trying to tell you is a fact. It is not up to me. The two people have been beaten up. The record is on TV, shown by all of you. It is recorded assault on a person, almost trying to kill him. What does it become? Do I have any option even if I have sympathy? Many times you have sympathy for some particular crime, you have no choice, still the crime is crime. आमी इमोशनल जावन जे कितें गजाली करता पळय आतां मिडिया म्हाका सांगताले आय एम सरप्रायज द डिस्टिंक्शन बिटवीन क्रायम एंड हेल्पिंग पुलीस इज क्लियर.
Finally, what kind of a force was needed to contain these 60?
See, the problem is, do you want me to analyze all the problems? I will tell you. Number one, I don't have enough force. I have selected now. No, I have selected, they have gone for training. I don't have enough constabulary. I don't have enough force.
How many contained them?
Huh?
How many of our policemen finally were there to contain them?
Finally, we have about 200, 300. What is the final?
Around 200.
Around 200 we got. Around 200 we got. He had to walk almost 600 meters. Because of the jam. That is what is the problem. That's why highway blocking should not have happened even by the people afterwards. And it happened, let me be very clear. Initial highway blocking took place because of the Nigerian. Then after Nigerian were picked up from there, then some locals did it for some time. We understand that sentiment. So we cooled them down. At 2:30 when I passed, the number had reduced to 40. Almost 40. I came down from my car and told them that we are taking action against Nigerian, you go home now. After that, around 3:30, again crowd was brought in to block the highway. That is not spontaneous, that was purposeful.
CM, the
I
secretary
don't